dead on me. It's the fourth. I'm gonna blow. I want to get blown up today. With the back, I'm blowing up. Stop playing CDs. I'm throwing them in your house. I'm throwing them at you. Vernon Avenue, the back. I'm blowing your ass up.
Oh, Nubs, I challenge him to a handball match. Let's see who can juggle better in a real way. And you see what happens, Brodusky, when you do the devil's work. You know what I'm saying? You surround yourself with people like Adam 16 in a real way. Adam 16 probably gave him them fireworks in a real way. Brodusky, kabloom, this hand, there you go. Oh, Whiskey, you're done for, Brodusky. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to be a big bad wolf, trying to bully people. You see how you did 607? Kabloom. Now he needs 4 extra fingers. You know what I'm saying? Call that man 4 nubs in a real way. Brodusky finna be walking like this.
Well, an absolute scumbag move on the part of Aaron the Plumber. Absolute scumbag move. The quintessential idea of kicking a man when he is down. That's literally what we are witnessing right here. And again, that kind of puts a different spin on this whole entire story. I know that it's a mixed martial arts channel. I'm not shy on doing gang content, especially California gang content on top of that. So I figured there is a mixed martial arts angle to this, and it's sort of similar to what you see when a lot of fighters who are doing good have a little bit of attraction, have a little bit of a following, and then all of a sudden they get into these prospect fights. They lose to a guy they were not supposed to, and all of a sudden everybody is kicking them when they are down. Obviously, there's several examples of this from the past that we can name from. Obviously, Ronda Rousey is one example of that. Conor McGregor is another example of that. And if Islam Makhachev or Khabib were to fall in any kind of way, it would be a great example of that, let alone John Jones would be a great example of that. But obviously, this particular subject matter at hand, when it comes to LA gangs, LA Crips, and then you got a social media influencer like Aaron, who has been trying to get at 4 Extra, or at least 4 Extra's been trying to get at him. Either way, it's a mutual combative situation online, right? So still a scumbag move. The quintessential idea of kicking a man when he is down. So it all started just like all 4th of Julys, right? You're hanging out with the homies. You're in the block. You guys are getting ready to buy some fireworks. On top of that, you're getting ready to sort of blow them up later on tonight, right? And next thing you know, you don't even make it to the night. You don't even make it to the actual fireworks. You know, the fireworks that the city pulls up or whatever type of venue. You know, they have those big fireworks in Vegas. They got those in Disneyland, so on and so forth, right? The real big ones, right? And then there's ones in your municipal area where they have their own fireworks. So that's sort of how it started. And all of a sudden it ended up like this, right? Just extremely devastating. And then, of course, because you know that 4 Extra is the type of guy to go real extra and a little bit harder than the usual LA Crip would, or any gangbanger would for that matter, of course, all his rivals and his enemies are going to have something to say about it. They're going to act in absolute glee of this downfall, Aaron included. And by the way, it's not just exclusive with Aaron by any stretch of the imagination.
Different. And he still didn't take it and go. He still wanted to hang out and be off the back. I'm on Vernon Avenue from Crenshaw to Fig. If it's going to be different this time, bro, because you're going to have one of them stickers in the hoop with you, bro. You probably going to need an in-home care worker. You need to hit up Lupe. Lupe would be a good candidate. You should let her go on and get that in-home support service for you so she could be there to help you, because off the back, it might be hard to wipe that backside with only that one hand, my guy. And
now, there's also this other troubling narrative that I really cold-heartedly disagree with, and that's people saying that he deserved it. Sort of like a karmatic reaction from the universe that 4 Extra deserved this. And I don't know why. Well, I know why, but trust me, there's a reason why many people are saying that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I don't agree with it. Obviously, he got into it with social media influencer 607 Unk, who, by the way, is a comedian also known to make a lot of comedy making fun of gangs, in particular LA, in particular Chicago, you name it. That's his bid. He likes to make fun of gangs, just like Brendan Schaub. His whole thing is, I'm an ex UFC fighter. Joe Rogan is my friend, and I'm not as good as a comedian as I am as a fighter, right? That's sort of his shtick. Well, 607 Unk, his whole shtick is making fun of gang members. And what happened? 4 Extra went and confronted him about the whole situation.
607 Ung C on No Jumper.
Me surround. Look, this is what I'm trying to tell you right now. Watch what you say up on here, cause these think you can't be caught. You could be caught. You could be found. You could, nigga, on the set. What's the name? I'm gonna get up on you, just like I just got up on you. And the first thing I'm gonna tell you, you gonna die right here. I smoke your ass, and niggas, you gonna die at No Jumpers, niggas. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna flatline you right here and go to jail and laugh at your ass while you on the projector dead. And I'm gonna be doing burpees in jail, laughing at your ass while these bitches picking up my collect calls. And that's gonna be the end of that. You know why?
We've been there.
Because it's rolling 40s.
So, by the logic of many people out there, they believe that this is the reason why 4 Extra deserves this, which is absolutely ludicrous. And look, let me put this in perspective, okay? I don't think that he deserves this, at least not because of threatening 607 Unk. If anything, 607 Unk had it coming to him. And here's another thing that a lot of you really don't take into high consideration is you like to say, well, he's a gang member or this and that he deserved it. And that alone, because he's a gang member, that he deserves it. And that is ludicrous, to say the least, okay? Because look, understand this. It is a mutual combative culture, okay? It is not a culture of victimizing innocent people. It is not a culture of going after people that don't deserve it or people that have nothing to do with X, Y, and Z. He is in a culture of combat. You understand? Now, look, he comes from a neighborhood where they rival with other neighborhoods. And by the way, that other white boy that I just had on the clip earlier, Milk 74, he comes from a rival gang that opposite of 4 Extras, who, by the way, represents the Rollin 40s Crip. Look, here's a couple of interesting things that I want you to know about the Rollin 40s Crips, right? Ice-T comes from that section. Not a lot of people know this, but I know this. Don't ask how I know this. It's a proven fact. Ice-T comes from that section. Another thing, they rejected Tupac joining the Rollin 40s Crip. I want you to put that in perspective. They rejected Tupac back in the 90s before Tupac joined Death Row Records and before Tupac was a Death Row member. Was a Death Row member and a member of the West Side Pyru Bloods, got put on by Suge Knight. And yeah, he tried to be a Rollin 40s Crip, the same gang that this guy comes from. And you want to know what happened? Well, check this out.
That's right now today influential homies that's on the streets. You feel me? Young homies. So there was a competition like low key that he had to like get me, you know what I'm saying, like in line for. Like them little niggas is sick, nigga, young homies. It was a few young homies out that was you know, that was like that. You know what I mean? So he just took the time to just grow me, nigga, like, you know, and just know like fucking with him, knowing like I seen the both sides of that nigga. Like that nigga's a double coin nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like on the like when he was doing all the thug life shit, the nigga was on the run for murder. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga was on the run for a hot one. Nigga doing shows. Nigga going to Saudi Arabia and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Before all the 9/11 and all that shit popped up. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So you were probably too young before he brought Tupac to the hood.
Right. You know, no, yeah, I was young. Hell yeah.
Before you.
Yeah, that's before me. On hood. You know what I'm saying? By the time I came, I didn't know who he was. which is a plus to him too, because it wasn't like I was on no groupie shit just trying to be up under him. You feel me? Like I didn't really know who the fuck he was. I didn't know what the big ass deal was. Like, nigga, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, oh, they like running around. Who the fuck is this nigga? Like, they like, nigga, it's a superstar. Rated R, the superstar. Superstar. Who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, crazy story, nigga. The nigga, when they put me on the hood, the nigga had like a do-rag on, nigga, some dingy sweats, nigga, hair all crazy, right? He took me to the older homie from Menlo named Jekyll. Took me to that nigga house for the night, right? After we did our shit. Nigga took me to that nigga house, right? And so in the morning, he comes over. This a totally different nigga, Cam. This nigga got fresh ass, nigga. I'm talking about silky hair, nigga, diamonds, nigga. I'm like, who the fuck? I'm like, this my big homie, nigga. Like, oh God, the nigga got a drop top outside. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I learned how spotty he was, you know what I'm saying? Like over time and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like he was a double-sided nigga. He didn't let talent stop from who he was with banging, and he didn't let his banging stop him from being talented. You know what I'm saying? On the real, like that was my first like real view of a gang member, a talented gang member. You know what I'm saying?
Did he ever tell you any Tupac stories or hanging out with Tupac
Yeah,
or
I mean,
anything?
he told me all the shit. He told me how that shit broke up. He told me how that shit, you know what I'm saying? How you know how Pac was when he first got tatted. He used to be right there in front. He had pictures of Tupac throwing up 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac was damn near a 40, but he was like, nigga, I couldn't let him be a 40. See, Suge let him do it. You feel me? Be on the blood shit and all that. Runner wouldn't let him do it, bro. Runner was like, nah, nigga, we already doing that. The fuck? Like Runner seen, he was like, man, I seen that nigga talent. And I knew if we'd have put him on the hood, it would have constricted him to us and our allies, bro. And it would have, and what we know is Tupac today wouldn't have been that big. You feel me?
So there you go. Tupac wanted to be a Rollin 40s, but they didn't want him to do so because they got a different program going on, right? They knew that it was going to ruin his artistry, but at the same time, I don't think they really wanted to say it out loud. It might also bring a negative attention to their section. Okay, so think about that. And by the way, this isn't the only guy that is a prominent figure in the Rollin 40s. Obviously, there's X4, the rapper, right? That's one. And then there's this other guy that was on the news for getting into a car chase with his baby mama. So there's 4 extra, and then there's that guy Dayon, and then there's this guy right here, 4 extra, right? And then X4, as I had mentioned.
Off the argument. I'm joining it up now. Rico and Celine got the op spook. We be doing the mean.
Say that took their pursuit to level 10.
Oh no, I'm not relaxing when you got my baby in the car and they got guns pointed to the car and they about to hit the car, bro. You're not thinking about your baby right now. You finna get our baby too.
A desperate plea to escape as a suspect live streams a dangerous pursuit with his 2-month-old baby and the child's mother in the backseat.
Hey, you gotta pull over and put your hands up, bro. My baby's in the car, bro.
The video now part of the investigation into the heart-pounding pursuit.
Right through the red light, around traffic.
That ended with deputies rescuing the baby girl.
My concern was the baby. She was crying, and I just wanted to comfort her. My motherly instincts kicked in.
It all began when authorities tried to stop a robbery suspect in Exposition Park. He was one of 3 men being pursued after a robbery in Beverly Hills. They bailed out of their car. 2 were arrested. The 3rd, investigators say, carjacked his child's mother and continued the pursuit, adding in the live stream.
It's our baby, bro. You gotta stop, bro.
Not only is this guy driving like a madman, not only does he have his 2-month-old daughter in the car and his child's mother, but he's also taking the time to get on his phone and live stream the whole thing.
The suspect.
All right. So let me tell you what I find really fascinating about that Dayon car chase, right? You heard the sheriff. He said something to the extent, well, I'm very surprised that this guy is still live streaming while all of this is going on. And it kind of goes back to what we talked about with Homeboy earlier, right? Baby Runner. the OG Rollin 40s guy? Why is it that they didn't want Tupac to join the Rollin 40s? Because they didn't want all of that attention. Well, now you go from the 90s and now you go into the 2000s, 2020s. Here it is, the new age of Rollin 40s, where it seems to be a priority to get on camera in any shape or possible, whether it is doing workout videos like this one in No Jumper, or whether it is doing No Jumper content period, or shout out to No Jumper. They did a very good job of covering the LA riots during the ICE raids that have been going on, right? So they have all of these things going on, right? They're kind of evolving into this gang that is adapting themselves into the social media world, and in fact trying to find new hustles to come along with that. But again, a lot of people are saying that, hey, you know what? This 4 Extra guy, he deserved all of this. He deserved everything that came to him because he's a bully, because he's this, that, and the other. To me, in my humble opinion, I just see a guy who is standing on business. Okay. He is an environment that is, quite frankly, very violent, very dangerous. So if you're in an environment like that, why not be the most dangerous guy that you can be out of everybody, right? And again, this isn't the first time where you've seen documents of 4 Extra going at people, whether it's in prison or whether it's in the streets or whether it's confronting people at the mall.
That's how I go with anybody though, no matter where you from. No matter where you from. They go like that with gangs, period. Off the bat. It's just a respect there. You know what I'm saying? You get in there, if you turn, you turn. If you're not, you're not. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people act like they turn, but they not.
What's the most amount of fades you had to run back to back to back to back?
I got 10 fades one time.
Damn.
I caught 10 fades one time. Another time, I got 9 fades.
You gotta be tired as hell by the end of that shit.
Nah, hell no.
Damn.
No.
You ain't tired after
No,
10 fades?
No, hell no. I'm tripping. I'm working out every day. I'm tripping. I'm off the back. I'm tripping regardless. I'm off the back tripping. I'm coming in there looking for them. So no, hell no. I came in that motherfucker. I caught 10 phase one. I went into the module on the 4,000 floor. I got 10. If you go over there and roll it up,
nigga, take off the, first thing I take off my glasses. Even though I push peace, I know what time it is. You get what I'm saying? Right. So by the time we get all the way down to the, soon as we come off the thing, I'm the first one off the thing. So as soon as I come down, like they right there, like it's right here, they right there. So it immediately like, what up? You know what I'm saying? What up? You know, cuz I like 48 little Crip. What's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm lying. God can take my kids right now, bro. He on a 48 little Crip. What's up? You know what I mean? And they're like, are you 4 extras? You 4 extras? You like, woo woo. This how they telling them facts. Like, oh, you 4 extras? I'll be following you. Like, yeah, what up? On everything I love, bro. You know, I'm older. I don't even know who the Baby Stone Gorillas is, bro. We don't even. None of us know who the Baby Stone Gorillas. And I'm not saying that they don't have notoriety or nothing. I just did 12 years in prison. To us, they kids. Like, to me, I'm looking at like, I'm already in my mind like, oh yeah, we about to. It's something we gonna run through all them. It's 10. Yeah, this easy money. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it like that, like, cause.
So yeah, man, I don't get it. I don't understand why people say that he deserves it or this and that. To me, it's just standard when it comes to regular gangbanging. This is just what they do, right? So why does he deserve it more than the next guy? Why? Because he actually stands on business, actually puts into work. Look, I'm going to tell you what I do like about this guy, right? And look, I understand that a lot of people out there will say maybe you should not go out there and glorify gangs or this, that, and the other. I understand that, right? I understand. But if you're going to be in there and you're going to have to do what it is that you have to do and handle business, then do it at the fullest extent. This is what I like about this guy. He handles business in a way where, you know what, he makes a conscious decision as to say, you know what, I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to do any of these foolery stuff. I'm going to continue to work out. I'm going to continue to live a healthy life. I'm going to continue to train. And you know what? If we get into a street fight with all of these different dudes and all of these sections and these different gangs in LA that want to get at me, I'm more than well equipped than the next guy and the other. And trust me, I know a thing or two and understand about that feeling of knowing that, you know what, you're the guy that's in shape, you're the guy that trains, you're the guy that has the leverage when it comes to these things, and you're the strongest guy in the room. So, you know what, there is no reason for you to fear anybody, right? Because you're just prepared. So is that so wrong? Does he really deserve that? And then, okay, I get it. Aaron is not a gang member. And here's the thing, right? I really don't agree with this whole notion that Aaron snitched on Whack 100, all because all he wanted was just a fade. And then all of a sudden, Whack 100 goes and allegedly threatens his whole entire family, which, by the way, is just completely false. But even with that, understand that when he's trying to get into a fight with Aaron, all he's trying to do is make money, because obviously Aaron is a social media star. I mean, the guy is a walking black Jersey Shore character, right? But obviously he's a Stockton guy, not a Jersey guy, but you know what I mean. In that same trajectory, right? Sort of like that buff Ronnie guy. He's like the black version of that, right? He's basically the black Ronnie Jersey Shore character. Yeah, so in a nutshell, that's who Aaron basically is. He's a social media star. He's also a reality show star. For those of you that don't know or understand where this new profound fame of Aaron came from. And you know what? He's got an interesting story. He's got an interesting background. Obviously, a Stockton guy. I know a lot of guys from Stockton. I actually know a lot of guys from his section as well. So, on that regard, all that I got to say to that is don't kick a man when he's down. But you know what? Here's some good news. I don't think that 4 Extra is going to lose his hand, at least from the recent reports that we have been getting so far.
Image going around, and I figured I might as well just hop on here and give you guys some context. So basically, 4 Extra, 4th of July, is hanging out with a bunch of his friends in front of like a shopping center where they're all hanging out. There's like a short that I posted yesterday, him doing some high kick thing. And he basically had a handful of fireworks, and he was about to let one off. Didn't actually get out of his hand. Apparently, those fuses burn a lot faster than you would think. And yeah, it blew his hand off. And there's more bad news, which is that the true extent of his injuries, I don't think has really 100% been revealed yet. I'm not really at liberty to say exactly what, but definitely there's more to come in terms of like all the stuff that has happened to him as a result of this. But also, I'm not sure 100% who the friend was, but he was with one of his friends, and his friend allegedly like blew half his face off, which I haven't seen any evidence of this or whatever. But yeah, that's all we know right now. He's in surgery right now, off pain meds for like the first time in his entire life.
As of right now, really just a lot of conflicting results and news regarding whether his hand actually blew off or whether it survived. But really, we're 50-50. We don't know. But here's one thing that I do know, and one thing that I wanted to address that I really don't agree with many people is this aspect of, oh, it was a curse. There was this voodoo thing that 607 Unk was doing, or this, that, and the other. I don't know if I would absolutely agree with that, but take a look at this and you tell me what you
07 Unk, right? And he has a Papa Legba thing in front of him. And I'm going to read you the definition of that. Papa Legba is a prominent spirit in Haitian voodoo and other related traditions, serving as a bridge between the human and spirit worlds. He is the gatekeeper who controls access to the spiritual realm and is also often invoked at the beginning of ceremonies to grant permission for communication with other spirits. Papa Legba is also associated with communication, language, and the crossroads.
Now, look, man, as a Muslim, I don't believe in absolutely none of it. I don't believe in none of it. I'm not convinced whatsoever, right? It doesn't phase me one bit. I don't believe in any voodoo. I don't believe in any black magic or anything like that. I am a Muslim. All I believe is the power of Allah and the oneness of Allah and his messengers and this and that and the other. Okay, so with that in mind, let me finish off this video with a little bit of a monologue to make you guys understand, right? Stop creating glee and happiness over somebody's downfall. And also, don't kick a man when he's down, but also understand this. If you got a problem with a man, if you got a problem with anybody, get down where you're mad at. You understand what that means? That means if you're mad right there, and if you're mad at the specific time that you are upset at this person or have an issue with this person, press that issue right there. Don't wait until this person is down and out of their luck and you're just there to kick them while they're down. I know a lot of guys like that. I think it's a very weak personality, and I don't think it has any place in true manhood, in my opinion. But with that regard, that is all that I have for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Probably more on this subject later on with live streams, maybe potential videos. And by the way, here's another video I wanted to show you guys, okay? I made a video about this not too long ago. Well, at least I made a video about 4Extra potentially fighting Cedric Dumas. In fact, let me do a little housekeeping notes before I get up out of here. Let me show you which video that is. So what you're going to do is go on my page right here, click right here on the search area of where you can look and type in 4Extra. You're probably going to see this right here, this video that you're watching later on, but you're also going to see this right here. Oh, this was 5 months ago, this video. So a little perspective on this video right here, if you guys want to check it out. And off the back, we're going to talk about 4Extra and his MMA debut. Now, oftentimes, when you hear about 4Extra's enemies or ops talk about their street fight or county jail experience with him, it's often said that he would be grabbing if, let's say, he didn't get the best of these exchanges. And you want to know something about that? As somebody who analyzes MMA, also somebody that analyzes the hip-hop world, the gang world of California on top of it, I think this is great for 4Extra. Now, look, most people who don't understand fighting from a mixed martial arts perspective, they don't really understand how valuable it is to have wrestling skills on your back pocket. It's really valuable because the minute you're getting punched, kicked, and all of that, you got to have a defensive instinct. MMA needs if you want to find predictions, news, and everything that deals with MMA. Shout outs to Kyrie, Abu El-Kheer MMA, Sacramento, California represent.
That's right, Kyrie. I appreciate you, my nigga. You came in here, you was talking that shit. That's right, bro. Much love, Flo. I appreciate you for always stepping in, bro. Be safe out there. Man, my nigga Kyrie, my man Kyrie came through. He started talking that shit. Hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing. That nigga will whoop your fucking ass. You would think that nigga's all squared up and all that type of shit. Nigga come through and beat your fucking ass. Like, man, fuck you up. You will never see it coming. So for those of y'all